Hello everyone, it's Kim from Katie Fitness. Thanks for jumping on to another video. Today I want to discuss something that's quite relevant right now, being the middle of December, but you could absolutely apply this for the rest of the year as well. Damage control fat gain when you are eating out with many more social meals than you normally would. And then also your mindset around that. We don't want to beat ourselves up through this process. And how do we manage where our head's at in regards to this time? All right, let's get straight into it. This could absolutely be a 30 to 60-minute recording and video. I'm going to try my best to shorten it to 5 to 10 minutes and still add a heap of value for everyone watching and listening to this. This is something that I have conversations with all of my clients online and in person because it's quite important. The mindset around fat gain and overeating isn't defining your self-worth. So the first thing that I want to discuss is you need to decide what your goals are. You need to decide who you want to be in regards to, for you to get the goals that you've gotten. Let's say you've had some good fat loss results, you've lost some weight, you've improved your body composition, you've increased your exercise, your strength, etc. You've done certain actions consistently over time to achieve those actions. If we change all of those actions, it's going to change the outcome. So if we're going to go through a period, let's say a 1 to 2 week period, where we're going to have 10 extra meals, untracked, off plan, eating out socially, extra alcohol consumption, we need to accept that that's going to lead to a little bit of, whether it be body fat gain, a regression in body composition, a regression in training performance, a regression in sleep quality, some other things. We need to be okay with that. So the first thing you need to decide is, am I okay with a slightly elevated calorie intake than normally for the trade-off of the awesome social event quality time that I'm going to have with friends, family, colleagues, etc.? If that is the case, you just need to bump up your calorie intake a little bit, back up to a maintenance instead of being in a small calorie deficit. And that's 100% okay for that time period, as long as you hold yourself accountable to then put yourself back in a calorie deficit as soon as that social time is ended, accepting that you may be up 1 to 2 kilograms at most, and that's 100% okay. If you are one of the few, I'm going to say under 5% of people that can 100% stick to a diet, tracking their food, down to like every meal, every snack is recorded, is weighed, is controlled. Amazing self-discipline. Take my hat off to you. You obviously can continue doing this and you're going to have no slowing down of your results at all, whether it be fat loss, muscle gain, etc. Hats off to you. Incredible self-discipline. There needs to be more people like you in the world. For the other 90, 95, 99, whatever percent of you, being okay with a little bit of weight gain is 100% okay. So I'm going to pull up a picture now on the screen, which I'm going to get you guys to analyze. I talk about this heaps with my online and face-to-face clients, known as the weekday dieter. This person has a maintenance calorie intake of 2,300. Notice that dotted line there. Monday to Thursday, this person has created a calorie deficit, eating at 1,750 calories per day. So that's a nice deficit over those 4 days. That person is probably going to start to lose weight and body fat. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this person has doubled their calorie intake, 3,500. So as a result, their weekly average is now above the dotted line of their maintenance calories or their metabolic rate. This person, unfortunately, is going to lose 0 body fat. Now, where this is relevant to today's conversation, if you are intentionally planning this, this is 100% okay. I wouldn't recommend doubling your calorie intake. That shows just no mindfulness at all with anything that you do. But a slight increase in calories for more social events is 100% okay, accepting that we're not going to lose weight, and that's 100% okay. For other points of context with this diagram, for those of you that like alcohol, a shot of any spirit is generally close to that 100 calories each. Most people can't stop at 1. Same with like beers and wines, closing in on 100 calories per glass. No one's going to stop at 1. You need to understand, like, if you're going to have 10 with 1,000 calorie dinner, there's a 2,000 calorie meal in total. You've got to be okay with, okay, my weight's going to be up a little bit tomorrow, and that's 100% okay. If you regulate it moving forwards, it will come back down. This next photo that I want to bring up, most people are aware that weight fluctuates to a degree, but I just want to put up for more context the reasons why they do fluctuate up and down, sometimes a kilo each way. Muscles are sore from your next workout, from your previous workout, more salt, more carbs, stress, need to go to the toilet, you ate food later than normal, that time of the month with your monthly cycle, you weighed yourself at a different time, you weighed yourself at a different scale. All right, let's assume that number 7 and 8, you've controlled. Same scale, same time of the day. Let's say it's not that time of the month, let's say you don't need to go to the toilet and you're up a kilogram. Okay, this is because you most likely had a huge social event the night before and you had a huge amount of calorie intake and salt and sodium was stored. Excess glycogen is stored overnight. You're going to be up a kilo. Okay, the key thing to note here, it will regulate itself back down if you go back into your normal eating habits. Some practical advice for not overeating in this such times would be, if your colleague brings in an amazing cheesecake, an amazing cake, an amazing buffet of croissants and cookies and biscuits, offering it to you to eat everything in sight, you can have one. There's no need to have these servings for 3 people. Sounds simple, but it's the truth. If they're incredibly calorie dense options, enjoy some. Maybe reduce your carbohydrate intake from later in the day where you've just overconsumed on them now, and that's okay. If you're going out for a social lunch or dinner, have 1 or 2 drinks. If you're going to have more than 10, you've got to accept that you're going to be up in weight the next day. And again, that's 100% okay. If you, on like a Christmas event, your cousin is challenging you to drink a liter of eggnog with them, if your grandparents are pressuring you to eat 10 serves of cake, again, you can say no to these things, or you can eat 1 serving and that's okay with how calorie dense they are. For a birthday party, you can go out and have a fattier steak than you normally would, a more carbohydrate dense pasta at an Italian restaurant. You've just got to be okay with there's going to be a little bit of weight gain from the overconsumption of calories on that next day. It will regulate itself back down with all of these examples if you fall back into your normal eating habits that you've done throughout the year prior. The last thing I wanted to touch on is when people blame an event from a long time ago for the reason why their body fat percentage would be up or their composition has gotten worse. And it's like, no, you've just let yourself go for too long. So let's say, for example, you had a big gathering of friends and family and you ate a ton of food 10 days ago. And before that, you had a check-in with your coach, composition, measurements, weight, look and feel in how you feel in your clothes, versus 10 days later and you're up 3 kilograms. You can't blame that event from 10 days ago, from 7 days ago. It's because you've continued to overeat since. You haven't reined yourself back in. So for the people that, say, for example, on January 5th, they check in with their coach and they blame Christmas as the reason why they're up 5 kilograms. Christmas was over 10 days ago. You've overeaten since then. So that's where you need to rein it in. And if it's only 1 day or less, or only a couple of meals off the plan, that's 100% okay. To conclude, in summary, keep training. Do not stop training. You can enjoy time off work, have quality time with friends and family, and continue to train at least a few times a week. Even if it's less than what you normally would, continue to train. Continue to move. If you're going to get your steps up, that's going to help regulate this as well. If you are going to have a very calorie dense meal once per day, literally almost your calorie intake for the 1 meal for the day, try and fast at certain other points during the day. It's not ideal for muscle gain, but it is a good damage control approach to reduce fat gain. If you're also going to consume most of your fats, carbs, sodium in 1 meal for a social event, or excess alcohol, try and only eat protein dense, volume high, such as vegetables throughout the day. Try to minimize your carbs and fats for that meal, knowing that you're going to overconsume. Anything on this video didn't make sense or confused you, please reach out via email or any form of social media, etc., and I will do my best to help explain it further to you and help you so that you don't feel bad. Weight gain for any kind does not define your self-worth. Enjoy the time with friends and family for whatever the reason. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.